Okay, everybody, we are in our next game. More Division S action as we just had Washed Up go up against Go Next. Now we have nothing left versus Team Russia, and our first map is Battlefield of Eternity. Kind of hyped for this one, to be honest. Should be a lot closer than our previous series. At least in theory, those two are a lot closer together when it comes to the skill level here. And we're starting things off with an immediate ban on Tracer. This is pretty much the fuck you DAB move. That's what it's known in professional circles. DAB in HTC with his Tracer play, making a name for himself. Afterwards the same thing, and Team Russia comes into the draft and says like, yeah, that isn't happening, so forget about it. How often have we now seen series where a team doesn't ban Tracer against DAB, DAB gets Tracer, and then after that game, the opponent's team says, okay, we get it, we're supposed to ban Tracer. So this time, no chance. Team Russia actually banning out a Nubarak, which is kind of interesting because they're normally the ones that play with a Nubarak, not so much in this game. Maiev banned out, Abatha banned out as well, and Team Russia with a first pick right there. Are we going to see that Imperius? We're definitely going to see Imperius here. We have to. I mean, it is pretty much Team Russia's hero these days. Not as a first pick, by the way, but like in the draft. We have to see that. Now, we could see it banned on the third one, but I really hope that one of the teams commits to it before that happens. So we're starting things off with Barnaby on Hanzo, from the looks of it. And yeah, let's check out how Nothing Left reacts to this right now. I mean, what are they getting for DAB? That's, for example, one big question that we already have. But I'm pretty happy about this matchup in general. I think this is going to be a close one. And we have Turanda and Li Ming. Yeah, there we go. Okay, DAB immediately on a reset hero. Already looking good. And where's that Imperius for Team Russia? They love to play that thing. And I really missed it in the first series. I think Imperius is so much fun to watch. If you go for the Wrath on 10, it's awesome, but even outside of it, just having the lunge and the stuns is just great if you have follow-up. There's Alarak and Malfurion. I kind of wanted to see Imperius, but to be honest with you, Alarak, I can kind of dig that too. I've seen a bit more Alarak these days in general. So, what do we have now? We're having the bans coming in. There's Nothing Left actually ban Imperius? That's the question right now. They haven't really targeted Stalk in any way, and Stalk has been targeted by a lot of opponents. At least get the Garrosh ban against Stalk. He's been pretty good with that too. Team Russia, what are they going to get rid of? Are they maybe afraid of Imperius? I mean, you have a Toronto on the other side. Anything that can go in for a pre-stun would be crazy. Good. So we have Battlefield of Eternity. Might go into Diablo play, but I could totally see Imperius being rocked here. Depending on how they play with that. And... Jimmy. Alright. Banning the second damage out. Jimmy obviously has also the advantage that he controls the space a lot with his penetrating round if you hold that back for a long time. So you can definitely make sure that your opponent doesn't have such an easy engage. But now Greymane is picked and we're having Tyrael. Very aggressive setup here already. Like, really aggressive. In Team Russia, they have the unique chance to deliver Imperius into the game right now. To have him stride along the battlefield with that arrogant stride that he has. And go straight for the piece. There we go, that's my boy. And having Arthas behind him too. Oh yeah, triple frontline baby. With Hanzo in the back, Malfurion for the roots. There we go. Howling Blast into Imperius, lunge and stun. There we go. Russia with the aggression that they are so known for. This team has played a fantastic Nations Cup. They've played great games at the Nut Cup too. Struggling at first and then in the lower bracket, really making again a name for themselves. The aggression that comes from them is fantastic, but Nothing Left is also a superb team and nothing to sneeze upon. Malthael on the last pick, a Malthael, Greymane and Tyrael combo as we are heading into Battlefield of Eternity, our first game in the best of 5 series here at Division S. Game number 1, Battlefield of Eternity, and on the left it is Nothing Left with Poryboss on Malthael, DAB on Li Ming, Blakidney on Greymane, Dune on Tyrael, and Linked on Turanda. And on the right side of the map, Banabir on Hanzo. For Team Russia, we're seeing Farlander on Alarak, Stalk on Imperius, Kolya Martian on Malfurion, and Toxic on Arthas. Time to shine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm eager to see the Alarak plays, but also to see Stalk again on Imperius. Once more with the Burn the Impure here. Brand build. I mean, the build on Imperius is so far pretty much set. I mean, we have seen some variation from it, but that's definitely a meta build that has established itself, and Stalk in particular has just been absolutely truthful to that build, and I don't expect any deviations away from it this time either. Get at least the AoE on level 7. And I feel the only thing that we can talk about a little bit is the ult that we're gonna see here. You still have a really good argument to be made for them using Wrath again, just to make Imperius a delivery boy to get those kills secured. If you deliver them into the roots and then have the follow-up damage from heroes like Alarak, you can do a lot here. Arthas going up against Malthael all the way up at the top. Outside of that, we're currently seeing also Rhyme on level 1 for Arthas, so playing around block here against heroes like Greymane. That's going to help them a lot. Nice lunge. Damage attempt. Roots on the ground. Greymane needs to be careful. Stalk gets healed as he is also receiving a lot of damage here. I'm really happy to see this particular setup. Honestly, like, it just puts a smile on my face. We have DAB on Li Ming, we have Greymane for poke and trying to finish kills and deliver those resets into the hands of the mage. And then you have Stalk on a hero like Imperius, which is awesome. You have an Alarak behind this. This is a lot of fun. Look at Polyboss here with the rotation down to the bottom. There's no engage because Arthur's already signaled that he doesn't know where Malthael is. He himself is a bit too far out, so they can't fight a 5 versus 5. So nothing left with that rotation that they just executed. Gets the camp without a big fight. DAB again gets attacked here. Stalk really knows how to play that hero. Like, he does exceptionally well with those setups. Talking about rotations, by the way, we have a big one towards the top lane where they're going to try and take Arthur's down. Actually, they go for the camp here first. And of course, if they can get Arthur's, that would be the dream. And now the main question is, how much value are we going to get bot side for the red team? They're going to try and drop the structures here, and damn boy! Oh, not only the structures, DAB has lost a lot of HP there. It could have even been more if Kolya Marsh would have been a bit faster with a root on the gate. To the top lane, we're still having Arthur's having to deal now with that mercenary camp, and obviously there's another shaman camp now about to be grabbed by nothing left too. They really run their Greymane just from camp to camp, and the wave clear that he has for these is just fantastic. So it's a pretty nice asset to have in your team when you can just take camps all over the place. And it leads to them having a slight lead in experience, which isn't really too bad heading into the first objective. The tower that was taken down earlier at the bot lane is now claimed by nothing left, so they're creating a bit of a lane equilibrium here between the two. With that said, we are seeing still the complete scatter arrow build on the side of Team Russia. Also, with a level 4 for Arthur, starting to get the stacks in against Malthael topside. Dominance for Li Ming after we have Power Hungry on level 1 initially. It's a pretty standard build for the DAB, which also means obviously that with Calamity on level 7, he is going to start to become super dangerous against heroes like particularly Hanzo on a low HP pool. Greymane is just rocking the objective at this point. I mean, he has that damage that we always talk about. Toxic is already riding in, and they are actually winning it for now. A little bit ahead. Even Greymane can't make up for 4 heroes focusing the Immortal at this point, and there are obviously a couple that are really good at racing too. But yeah, with the setup as it stands right now, we don't really see big fights just yet. DAB is just scouting on the side. They make the play for Malfurion. He's too far out, and that's the stun and the kill. Nicely done. The double kill. Hanzo doesn't get away either. And now, of course, those resets are starting to deliver. Good job from DAB here. It's a lot of damage out. 3 heroes all low to a fall. Nothing left with a great start into the game here. The double kill definitely opening the gates for them. They were already behind on the Immortal itself, but now they're turning things around here. And this is going to be the first objective in their hands. And not only that, they have a very serious lead in experience, which translate into an early level 7, and they can use that talent to push even harder. Immortal goes down to the bot lane to push it through. Calamity is now in, and with level 7 still missing for Team Russia, they have to at least be careful now. They at least have to be a little bit careful. Touch of Death, by the way. Another interesting one at this point, especially with Malfurion on the other side, makes Tranquility a lot less appealing if you see that on Malthael for big team fights. Also, with level 7, we're seeing Celestial Attunement now. If you're running up against Imperius with a lunge against the roots on the ground, Alarak, and on top of that also Arthas, then that is a fantastic talent to take. Celestial Attunement is definitely great here for them. But level 7 is close now. Big focus onto the Immortal, but of course that fort is done with. Fort is down, Fountain falls too. And here's the build continued with a Holy Fervor when Imperius gets that AoE in that we've been talking about at the beginning of the game. 2 kills against 0. That's all that it took. All that it took for nothing left to take a solid lead in experience, to get the first Immortal, to get the first keep. And they're doing well with that. As an attempt to go for... Ooh, are they actually... Yeah, Storm was trying to get the lunge connected. But Zadoon and Potibos, they sniffed it out early, and the retreat was well timed. If he hesitates another second or two before he moves out of this, then the full rotation is going to hit him hard, and that would have been the end of Malthael. But as it stands, having nothing left with a very good setup. They have it again taken a camp, they're pushing it into the bot lane. There's another wave already starting to push in together with it. And now the entire fight starts to shift to the top. Only Arthas is bot side defending, which means that we're looking at a 5 versus 4 potentially, if it can be forced. And the lead in experience will also lead to nothing left having the earlier level 10 ready. And once they have level 10, we're talking last rites. And that's the one thing that scares me a little bit, because you have a Li Ming for poke, you have a Greymane for the same, and then the finisher with Malthael. That's a really, really strong setup that can be used to drop pretty much any hero on that lineup. Yeah, but there's the lunge again. Counter stun. I like these plays, by the way, from Tyrande. Every single time the stuns are coming in, Tyrande has that ready, and she just makes sure that the follow-up is there. It's difficult to execute. This is one of the most important things here. Just make sure that the follow-up is tough to be put into play from Team Russia so that they don't have easy kills here. So Link is really playing a great game here up to this point. But obviously, once that level 10 ability is hit, this is where the real game starts. Everything else is just the early game. The mid game is usually giving us a lot of fun here. But already a massive, massive lead on the Immortal damage, and for good reason, obviously. I mean, you have level 10. And with that, you can just rock the show right now. I mean, think about this lineup. The poke from Li Ming, the damage from Malthael, the damage from Greymane, and on top of that, you have a Hunter's Mark too. It's perfect for the Immortal. If you would put together your dream lineup to raise Immortals down, this one would be pretty close to it being perfect. Not 100%, there's a couple of heroes that are missing in that setup, but still, it's very, very close. Yeah, that's going to be a big Immortal on the top side. Level 10 should be ready for Team Russia to at least try and defend it. It's definitely not an easy play at this point, for sure. The AV. Careful, buddy. Alarog was looking for that play. And there we have the 10s right now. Still going, by the way, on first of all, we're seeing the angelic armaments, no wrath in this game, and we're having tranquility despite the touch of death on Malthael's side. But that's definitely something that you have to keep your eyes on during those battles. There's the arrow, big one, but they can't get a kill. Toxic is indeed. Here comes the ult from Stalk as they're trying to push the fight past the Immortal. Doesn't work out. There's the first stack on the last rites as Arthas is dead. And DAB is looking for the combos from the side. They drop the fort, easy peasy. That's the second one falling in this game. And they're starting to make their way in deeper, trying to drop the wall here to keep 2. 3 kills against 0. Rotation down to the bottom of the map. And Team Russia, with all the aggression that we usually see from them, not in a spot where they can yet find kills. Still waiting for those. If you look at the damage output, don't really get a lot out there. Hanzo is only sitting at 10,000. Alarak has more. Alarak is sitting at 12k at this point. 18,000 for Li Ming. Bottom of the map. Camp is taken as they're starting to push in once more. Everybody is focusing onto that lane now. There's no talent advantage at this point. And again, DAB is sitting at the side. Getting the combos through. Getting the damage in. Working it. Looking for these opportunities. Barnaby, quest completed. Trying to go in. Again. No ult. Well, actually, we have at least last rites ready. And also the go for the throw. They could make a play around that. If you get that last right stacked... Oh, the arrow missing at this point. Attempt to force a fight from Banabia. That didn't quite work out. Again, last rites and the kill. the kill and the second stack, and they also drop Imperius. They go for Alarak and they drop him too. Triple kill in the fight, and that's 6 kills against 0 overall. DAB together with Blickitney on Greymane, they're just murdering people. And then Malthael is ready for these quick ults that he drops in. That's already 2 stacks on his heroic ability, a 10-second cooldown reduction for him, and this is only the beginning. Malthael has immediately rotated towards the top side, is dealing with that, is making his plays right there, and this is starting to get nasty for sure. The level 13 talents are giving the lead over to nothing left for the Immortal, but the one thing that the Russian team has shown in the past is you can never be safe against them. They will take that 4v5 if they have to. They will fight with a talent disadvantage if they find an opening. That, by the way, happened. Double stun from the Immortal, mad value from him. And it's a halftime show right now, thanks to especially, of course, Hanzo. They're at least able to drop 50% of the shields. But so you still need carefully. If they see an opportunity, they will take it. And that's a nice choke point, and that's the kill right there. Greymane is dead. That's the perfect setup for Alarak, and he takes it. And Hanzo with a final blow. Sanctification on the ground. They're trying to push the fight top. 5 versus 4. Still Zadoon is low. Zadoon is dead. That's Team Russia. That's exactly what the Russians are about. Yes, Malthael gets the counter kill, but Polybos himself might die, and indeed he does. That's a 3-for-1 trade, and they're looking for more. They're looking for Link. They're gonna get Link. He's not gonna get away. There is no way. And there's Alarak. Zip! The laser to the face, and that is 4 kills secured by the Russian team. They, for some reason, whenever they are wounded, whenever they are hurt, they turn around and they just simply slam your face into a wall. And that's exactly what happened there. They just murdered them. One move into the wrong choke point, and the Russians are just saying, screw you, we are going to take everything you got, and we're going to sell it on eBay. And they just came back into the game. They have the Immortal, they got 4 kills out of this. Malthael still has 3 stacks on his ult, but this is exactly what we need here. Alarak, of course, is starting to continue stacking this damage. Farlander was in a great position there. It was a perfect dream for him. But we also have an attempt to simply backdoor the keep, apparently. Alright, that's one way to play this. And they're going for it. They have Greymane, they have everything they need here. And now they're forcing the TPs, of course, at the top side. And they're going to get the keep. Very likely, at least. Yeah, Toxic is not... I mean, he's the only one at this point. Once again, as the keep already down, and they're not stopping there. They're saying, like, fuck the keep. We're going core, baby. Ah, the arrow barely misses the sanctification. I don't think they can end. Can they end? Nah, they can't end. Tyrande is down, Blickitney is falling on Greymane. That's too much YOLO, my friend. DAB is there too. What were they thinking? That's 4 down and Zadoon is dying too. I mean, that's 50% on the core, so I agree, but now we're having a lead in experience on the side of Team Russia. I get the move for the keep, don't get me wrong, but that was a little bit optimistic, and now at the top side, the Immortal has taken down the keep as well. And the Immortal is going to get some damage onto the core. Outside of that, you can't really end, but what just happened? At what point did nothing left think they could really end there? That was a bit optimistic. I mean, guys, you're going... look at the setup that you're going up against. Now we're having the bottom fort being destroyed, and all of a sudden, their game is dead even. 28% on the core, guys. They could have ended. I would have not thought it possible, but we actually could have seen Russia end. Russia could have actually ended. I would not for a moment would I have believed that the Immortal alone with that wave that pushed in would have been able to drop that core down to 28%. And I don't think that Team Russia believed that either, or they would have just gone to the top lane and ended the game there. But boy, do we have a game on our hands now. Nothing left with a big brain fart right there. Alright, this just got hype. And, well, there's the kill! Toxic goes down, and that's 4 stacks now on Malthael's ult. DAB survives, actually. He survives, and they're chasing them. They're chasing them across the map. Oh, if they get more kills, if nothing left gets more kills, they're gonna end the game. But I can't believe that we are in this spot now in the first place. What a setup. What an absolute setup here. Ah, well, let's take a look at the damage, by the way. Look at it. Look at Alarak. 25,000, Hanon's on 35. Now, obviously, Malthael is currently getting mad value through all of those last rights that he's dropping there. I mean, again, his cooldown reduction is now at 20 seconds, so he pretty much has that every time he wants to. But this is getting nuts. I mean, killing the keep was a fantastic call from Nothing Left. I really liked that. But going for the core was optimistic. I mean, I totally, don't get me wrong, I grant them that with Sanctification and Greymane in their setup, they have a lot of potential, but once they saw this many heroes Hearth back, they should have retreated. Committing to it wasn't really worth it here for them. I mean, as it stands, we're looking at another Immortal, and this one is going to be more than just a bit important. This one could literally just end the game. It's very likely going to end the game. Arrow again. I don't think we've seen a proper arrow connect this game. It was a short distance arrow earlier, but these attempts by Bannerbeer to force fights are currently not working out for him at all. It's all about the setup right now. And of course the poke that we're seeing from Hanzo in particular is really working the Immortal low. Li Ming is going to try and counter that now too. But things are dicey. Things are very dicey. Out pushing the bot lane, that's what Arthas is currently here for. What are they doing? Okay. Trying to look for the flank here. They don't quite find it. Oh, Bannerbeer. Half HP out of nowhere for him. Has to move away from this one. If Malthael finds him and clicks that last right, he's done for. He knows it too. Yeah, this game is getting ugly. 16 stacks on Broccoli, by the way. That ain't too bad either. Alright, here's the spear. They have the setup. Ults already. They have all the ults, and there we go. Sedoon jumps in. Sanctification on the ground. Bannerbeer is low. He's down, and so is Malfurion. The counter kills on there. Another stack for Malthael. 5 stacks for him. Arthas is dead. Stork is down. And they are trying to get another kill against Farlander, but that pretty much just ended the game. Nothing left with a bit of a hiccup in the mid game, but now they are definitely back to business here. Sedoon nearly gets murdered by Alarak, but it's still a 5 versus 1 on the map. And I mean, how do you defend this core? How do you defend that? Alarak is the well, you start like this. You take down Tyrande. I just don't think that it is enough, or is it? Tyrell's explosion alone takes 5% off, so I don't think they can make anything happen here. But what a finish. The core goes down as Nothing Left takes the lead in the best of 5 series. GG, and well played. Game on! Team Russia against Nothing Left, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2. The first one, it had its moments. Nothing Left at the beginning, definitely running the show. Then Team Russia coming back with a big team, well, not a full team wipe, but a great team fight at least. And then Nothing Left with an interesting choice to try and go for a backdoor. It kind of backfired a little bit. So, yeah. Now that we have game number 2, we have first pick and first ban on the side of Team Russia, which also, of course, means that Nothing Left has chosen the map. Haven't seen Tomb of the Spider Queen in a while, to be honest with you. Not quite sure if that's just my imagination or that's actually true, but now that I think about it, in the Nut Cup we didn't really see it a lot. Haven't seen it in the previous series either, so I'm pretty happy that this is the case right now. We have, for the time being, Tracer again, easily on the first ban. Maiev gets banned out too. And yeah, with that, we're starting things up. I'm hyped for this. I hope for a little bit of a different draft here right now. But the first game has definitely made me very eager for more. I want to see those Imperious plays again. I love the explosiveness around the Greymane draft. But I think there's very likely that we're going to have a little bit more mage power in this game. And I mean, outside of Li Ming, I mean, something along the lines of Jaina, maybe Gul'dan making an appearance here. Tyrande gets banned out, so at least Link will have to look for a new hero. There was a time when Link was known for his murderous Deckard Cain. But then again, the old man has seen better days. Has kind of dropped off quite a bit in the past few weeks and months when we're looking at competitive play in general. So that hasn't really worked out that much. Let's see, Garrosh banned out against Stalk again, but that means that, for example, the Nubarak is open, and would you believe it? A Nubarak for Stalk! That's a completely new thought here. I mean, just kidding. A Nubarak is pretty much Stalk's Bay. It's pretty much between a Nubarak, Garrosh, and Imperius, what you're seeing for Stalk. And his Nubarak plays are normally just insane. I mean, that guy has been targeted so much by Nubarak bans during the Nations Cup, during the Nut Cup, during the qualifiers for Division S. It's honestly a bit crazy. We're having nothing left open up with quite a bit of wave clear, not only with Jaina. Great costume, by the way. I'm liking the dress. It's a good color. Works well with Jaina's eyes, too. So, yeah, really suits her. And we have Johanna taken, so even more wave clear. Team Girl Power, that's what we have on the left side for now. I don't know what to name the team on the right side. That beetle is ugly as hell. But yeah. Okay, we can now officially call them the Uggos, because Malfurion and Hanzo are not quite beauties themselves. So I feel like that's a pretty adequate team name for the right team. Hanzo in particular, I mean, look at that face. That is a face that only a mother can love. No, but with Malfurion now taken, it's the standard hero for Khaldor Martian. I mean, Malfurion is really his go-to hero, and he is great on that hero. And he's great also with the follow-ups to Stalk's engages. These two have been playing together for such a long time with that setup that he pretty much knows exactly when and where to drop these roots, when Stalk really wants to engage. I think from a communication perspective, that's pretty sick for them. The missed ban on the side of nothing left. Someone's sleeping on the wheel here, apparently. Play kidney, my friend. Not sure what to tell you there. Now we have also Zeratul banned out once more. And, well, that means that we don't have a Void Prison into a Ring of Frost. Which is probably a good idea. But what does DAB get? Ah, look at that! They got Kane! Look at it! I just talked about... Oh, the Illidonga. Feel the hate of 10,000 Hero League games. There we go. Linked on his Decade Kane. That's a bit of a throwback to HGC. I like that. And Podibos on Illidan right now. Swapping the hero over, of course. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Podibos on Illidan for the bot lane. Problem with that is, of course, that now he can be counterpicked a bit. There's Junkrat, first of all, for the poke damage and the wave clear that they still need. And there's Blaze at the bottom of the map. So Nubarak Blaze, great setup for them. The stuns, the roots, the jet propulsion. What is DAB playing, though? What are we going to get here? What's going to be the hero for our boy? What's going to be the carry potential? Well, and as it happens, Kerrigan is the last pick as it just announced in the lobby. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're heading into game number 2. Game on, everybody! We're heading in, and well, as they already announced in the lobby as the draft concluded, we have Kerrigan picked on the last slot, which obviously also forced a couple of hero swaps that we're seeing here. On the left side, for nothing left, we have Podibos on Illidan. DAB took over the controls of Jaina, linked still on Decade Kane, but Blakitne now playing Kerrigan, and Zadoon on Johanna. And on the right side of the map, it is Team Russia. A pretty solid setup, to be honest. I mean, Toxic on Blaze is already great. You have Fallen on Junkrat, Stalk on the Nubarak, Khaldor Martian on Malfurion, and Banabir on Hanzo. And yep, with that, let's head straight into our second game. I'm hyped for the Illidan plays in particular. I'm actually not sure what I'm hyped about more, Illidan or Kerrigan. It is an aggressive, very engage heavy setup that you really need to commit. If you're going in for a fight, you want to commit to the actual battle. But there's so many focus points on this as well. So DAB is very likely to have a lot of space on this Jaina, because we have Team Russia with a bit of a problem right there, as they need to go and see, okay, do we focus Kerrigan? Are we afraid of those stun combos? Do we have to deal with Illidan here? Or what exactly is the setup that we are running? With the drafts that we see, we already have on level 1, by the way, the new habits taken for Blaze. So working a lot around the regeneration globes, which is of course made a bit easier on this map. I think you can easily rotate between lanes and grab those extra regeneration globes. For the time being, Blaze is pretty much locked into a one-on-one battle with Illidan at the bottom of the map, but Toxic is going to make those rotations every now and then. And at the same time, looking up to the top, DAB battling it out with Farlander, but the main battle is in the mid lane, for sure. And Kerrigan going straight into the siphoning impact here. So trying to get the additional shields out, a bit more sustainability during these fights, as we're having Illidan with the immolation, so even more AoE from him. But this is a composition where you can really have a lot of momentum going in your favor. Now, once that the map opens up, once that we're having forts taken down, towers dropped, you have a lot, like, the distance to safety increases the more structures fall on a lane. And that's going to be very important from the perspective of Team Russia in particular, because this is a composition that wants to chase. The composition that nothing left is running. If you give Illidan space on the map and Kerrigan too, they're going to hunt you down. And you will have a tough time running away from them. So if at any point the map is opened up and we're ending up in a late game scenario, running away from that setup after you initially lose a hero, for example, to, let's say, a Jaina composition, is going to be made very, very difficult for you. Oh, talking about difficult. Oh, the Banabee are barely jumping out of this. Yeah, that was close. That was very, very close. Kerrigan could already... She singed the beard a little bit of Hansa at this point. That's pretty much what happened there. I mean, we are still far away from anybody getting a turning completed here by any means, but still. There's also the sharpened blades right now. Okay, starting to go in again. Damage output for Kerrigan is going to increase even further, and Kerrigan is going to try and look for that damage, especially against Hanzo. Hanzo's already sitting there. But of course, Kolya Martian is close enough to not only drop the heal, but also drop the roots if need be, and help out that way. But the turn-ins on both sides are starting to come in. 14 against 20 gems have already been delivered. Trying to control the space here with Hanzo's vision. Bot lane has so far not been focused on. Keep in mind that those Siege Giants are always a tempting target, especially with this setup here. And talking about the Siege Giants, there's the rotation exactly towards that camp. As they have two, they can drop that pretty quickly, but of course Toxic is not quite... I mean, he isn't sitting there saying like, oh, they disappeared, I don't know where they are. They know exactly what's happening and they're willing to fight over it. So they're going in, but look at Blaze. Blaze is down. Blaze is dead, and now they're trying to make the play for Banabee, and they're getting it. Bam, there's the double kill. Stoke! Oh, the Beetle gets the shield, and Podibos says, screw it, I'm going for it, and dies. Like every Illidan player in the world. And Kerrigan says, you know what? Hold my beer, I got this, bro. Kills a Nubarak, but then dies too. I am not sure who got away with a better trade there. But if you would force me into a statement, I would probably say that Nothing Left still got a little bit ahead out of this, just simply because of the Siege Giant value at the bot lane. But of course, gems were now lost on both sides. But I love how Podibos just, he role plays basically. He says like, well, as an Illidan player, you're supposed to do that. I knew I couldn't get the kill, or at least I would die even if I got it. But as an Illidan player, that's kind of what you do these days. Talking about what you do, you're taking kills, and that's the kill against Jaina. Apparently dropped by Junkrat here. Yeah, the aggression coming out there right away. Oh, absolutely love it. This could be a quick match, to be honest. I've seen these plays. I've seen these plays before. I feel everybody that has ever had an Illidan in his team has seen stuff like that, where you just scream at the Illidan. It's like, don't do it. No, don't do it. No, you're too young. Don't die. And he just goes for it anyways. Priceless. I love the brawl aspect of this. I can only imagine the players having a ton of fun with this already. But as it stands, you could see the problem already. I've been talking about the distance to safety earlier. And even with the forts still in place, they chased, and they chased hard. Now imagine once the forts on both sides are down and you have big fights happening there. This is exactly what this is going to look like. Linked again with the Deckard Cain performance that we expect from him. Locking everybody down here, doing solid work with this. Kerrigan's still up at the top, and now having also the Hunter's Onslaught taken for Illidan. They're still playing around the turn-in point. Especially Team Russia is so close to a completed turn-in right now. And the Bladed Momentum, actually no Bladed Momentum, we see the Blessed Momentum but no Bladed Momentum. Queen of Blades on level 7. Cooldown reduction, of course fantastic if you want to hop around like a bit of a bunny. Can anybody still remember Darkmock's insane play on Kerrigan in the My Insanity days that he had on Tomb of the Spider Queen? Boy, that was before HGC, but that was probably one of the best Kerrigan performances that I've ever seen. It was insanity. There's a turn in for the red team. just as we're seeing Nothing Left get their level 10 abilities. The Hunt comes in too, but level 10 is close enough that they won't be they will still get value out of the objective here. Kerrigan has gone for the Storm, Maelstrom for her. Now with level 10 on both sides, we're gonna see those plays being made. Hunt, of course, with the pseudo-global on the map as well, but they're already diving in deep. There's the arrow, and that's a dead Jaina right there. Goodbye. She's down. That was a great kill, and already dropping the cocoon there. I mean, Stalk again on this hero, he's just absolutely insane, and they're making the plays again. They're just making the plays once again, and there is the potential kill against the Dune. They're diving in deep, but they're not trying to chase too hard for this. Ooh, Banabir nearly gets the kill there. Need to keep in mind that there is still an Illidan with a Hunt, and yep, Illidan is already coming in as I say it, and Banabir is trying to run away. The bunker saves him barely, and Boss goes down. 4 kills against 5. But what did the Web Weavers actually do? Very little. Very little, to be honest. You broke through the wall, but they didn't take the fort. They're trying to change that now, and boy is Jaina suffering in this game. Jaina is just getting dove upon over and over again, and DAB is not having a good time here, not at all. You would expect that it's actually the blue team that goes for the hard dives, but nope. You should never underestimate the aggression that comes from the Russian team, and they're going in deep for these ones. So now we're actually looking at a setup where we have 6 kills against 4 in favor of Team Russia. And especially DAB is sitting there. This is garbage. I hate this game. You can ride a happy cloud as much as you want. If you die every single team fight before you can get your proper damage out, you're not going to be happy about that. So yeah, not the case here. Toxic is already about to turn in again. Slowly but steadily trying to get another turn in here. Both of the teams have enough gems to secure another one. We're already having Toxic interrupting Illidan as he can. But there's camps taken on both sides now that will meet in the middle of the map. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this. This game has a lot of Monk-ass potential right now. The Dune again. Look at how quickly he actually gets his quest nearly done here on the level 1. The map is just so great for Globe Talents. I mean, obviously Blaze already has it a while ago. Now they're going in. There's a level 13. It's a little bit quicker. Talking about quest completion, as quick as he is with his level 1, the baseline is a bit farther away because, yeah, the AP has a lot of problems getting the damage out. But they're actually getting the combo, and then the Nature's Cure from Kolya Martian. Well played here. In the meantime, we have Banabir delivering the final few gems, so the red team is actually getting 2 turn-ins in a row. We actually have another setup here. So yep, with that, they're starting to move in again. Stalk is already waiting for the engage here. And he is going to dive whenever he has a chance. Now again, Stalk by now is hands down one of the best Anubarak players in Europe at this point. There is a reason that hero gets banned out against him repeatedly. I mean, with pretty regular note. The team, it's not only his performance on this hero, it's just like how well the team plays around him and his engages. And they're diving in again, but here comes Illidan into the backline. They're trying to make the play. Yeah, Kerrigan! Farlander gets out. Bunkers on the ground too. Stay a while and listen as they're trying to wreck Farlander. Illidan is diving in deep. The arrow actually completely missing as Banabir is trying to get a quick stun in, but they go for Zadun. And that's Johanna falling. Jojo is dead. Kerrigan is dead too. And that is what we call in professional circles a shit tons of gems that have just been lost. Jaina is down as well. Hanzo dropped on the other side, but as you can see, Linked has also been dust here, and that is gems down the drain. 6 days to Sunday. They are losing pretty much everything at this point. The only gems that they still hold are 5. And I want to stress once again that they haven't gotten the turn in yet. They literally just lost 50 plus gems. So now we're having Team Russia on full force, the pain train is moving, and that momentum is just barreling down onto the top lane. This is not a good situation for Nothing Left to be in. Now again, DAB was already annoyed before this, because he always dies. And look at the damage from Jaina. Do you think that DAB is happy with that situation? Sitting at 14,000 damage 11 minutes into the game? He's not happy about this at all. Instead, it's Illidan who currently has the most damage output. But the combo that we have for Team Russia is just straight down the ally. This is really down their comfort zone right there. This is the style of play that they love. This is the team composition that they love. They have a lot of their favorite heroes here too, and they're just showcasing it the entire time. They're murdering for good reason. Again, they engage. Yes, Toxic is looking for the stun, doesn't find it. Fight continues still. Anubarak with a cocoon against Kerrigan, trying to burn her down. Here comes DAB from the side, finally getting the kill against Banabir, but then Blaze is ready for the counter kill. Down goes Jaina. But they didn't only drop Hanzo, Malfurion has fallen as well, and they might get a little bit more out of this even. Good interrupt against Deckard Cain's ult, as we saw Link preparing for the stay a while and listen. Has it up in another 4 seconds, might be able to prep something, but here comes the distance to safety play again. Polyboss tries to dive in deep, maybe a little bit too deep. Oh, the stun! And he gets away. Oh, but close, because Falender was trying to push him in, not out. And yep, that could have been a bit of a disaster here for them, but they got away. They're still down a talent, but not for much longer. They have the gems for a turn in. Uh-oh, Blaze, that's 22 gems. Stay a while and get wrecked, buddy. Down goes Blaze, and that is gems gone, but Stork is able to at least recover a few. Level 16 talents now on both sides. They go for Stork, and here comes the cocoon as Stork tries to turn it around and force the fight upon them. Zadoon is low, so is Linked, so is Polyboss, and there's no fountain to be found anywhere. And that's a dead Kerrigan right there. In the meantime, we have DAB pushing out the top lane. We have currently 12 kills against 8. The Blue Web Weavers are finally coming in, but well, you have one hero down for another 30 seconds. Now the saving grace for them is that Hunt will be ready once that Illidan is back, and as I say that, I realize that it's Kerrigan that died, so well, there is nothing really that helps them in that situation. I was just about to say, at least he can global in. Good luck trying that with Kerrigan. It's been a while since I've seen a Kerrigan with Hunt. But down here to the bottom, 2 talents have, by the way, not been picked on 16 yet. They're at least trying to get something out of this. Still a level behind, but that camp is just all over the place, or that game so far. Alright, there's the 16 talents. Scroll of the Stone Curse, once again. He's getting a lot of seals out there, marked for death too. And once more, you have structures going down all over the place. Unfortunately for nothing left, it's their structures. But there's the Hunt. Oh, nice dodge. Nicely done by Polyboss. Look at that. The big boy plays coming in from him. Dodging the jet propulsion here. Yeah, there's the combo into the stun. But once again, the Malfurion with the plays. The flank. Oh, that's a good one. Falender with the Riptide on the other hand. And Zadoon is dead. Zadoon is down and the flank just not working out. They're focusing on Illidan, they're focusing Kerrigan. This time the stun hits as Hanzo connects and the jet propulsion too. Illidan and Kerrigan are both down. And yep, you can ice block that all day long, but you're still gonna die. 4 heroes down as Deckard Cain has been eliminated in the backline, and that means that in total we have 5 heroes dropped. And that's also full turn in. That's a boss. That's pretty much whatever you want at this point. You want to go for the keep, go and take the keep. You want to go for the boss, go and take the boss. Take the boss and get the turn in together with it. You can make that play as well. And we already have Toxic pushing out the bot lane. Yeah, right now, nothing left. Just a little bit too confident with the composition that they're playing here. Team Russia are playing a way more standard style, and it works out for them. They just destroy at this point. I mean, Stork with the epicenter, of course, now. Boss is coming in, they're going for the turn-in. That is another Web Weaver wave. And the lanes are all going to get pushed out here. This is a horrible spot for nothing left to be in. They are literally being turned into a punching ball at this point. Level 20 is now also ready for Team Russia. That makes matters even worse. The boss already at the top lane has to be defended against somehow. Web Weavers are now slowly starting to come in, and things are not looking pretty for nothing left at all. We could very well look at the tie in the best of 5 series here. Unless, of course, we get a couple of kills at this point. And Ubarak is dead immediately. Nice ice block with 40 HP, and DAB still dies. Still goes down, and immediately Toxic turns it around again with another great jet propulsion. In comes Banabir from the side, just absolutely murders Kerrigan. And they're taking down Johanna too. Team Russia with kill after kill after kill. The old man is on the run. Is he going to get away? He might actually, but well, Keeps can't run away, so they're just sitting there and getting pummeled into the ground. The one at the top has already fallen, the one in the middle is now falling too. We're still seeing them go for the next kill against Illidan, and as he dies, we see the core getting attacked as Team Russia goes in straight for the 1-1. They're tying the series as we are headed into game number 3 in the best of 5 between Nothing Left and Team Russia. GG and well played. Welcome to Game 3, everybody, and Nothing Left against Team Russia here at Division S. And we have to the left side, Potibos playing Rexa on Volskaya, series being tied after the last map, Blikidney on Maiev, Zadoon on Murden, Linked on Tyrande, and DAB on Leeming. So pretty solid comp to get the one-shots in here. As on the right side, we have Team Russia with Stalk on Anubarak, Banabi on Jaina, Toxic on Leoric, Farlander on Zeratul, and Kolya Martian on his go-to Malfurion. So a few of you might ask, especially watching maybe the VOD on YouTube, why exactly we don't have a draft for this game, and the answer is quite simple. The first 2 games I could actually commentate live, but unfortunately I had to leave after the second game and couldn't commentate the rest of the series live, so we're going to currently do that with replays, and unfortunately the replays files don't save the draft, so we have to focus on the game themselves. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then hit that like button, hit it and hit it hard, and that would be appreciated. So with that said, we're actually, again, here a little bit of a skirmish here in the middle, but you just look towards the composition that Nothing Left plays, and it's the good old Murden Tyrande. I mean, Zadoon is having a little bit of trouble hitting those storm bolts right now, but the intent is obvious. You want to hit that stun combo with Tyrande and Murden, you drop the Hunter's Mark, and then DAB just goes in and does what he does best, take names and kick ass. Potibos, on the other hand, playing again on Rexa, loves to do that, especially on Volskaya. We've seen him also with that hero on other maps, like, let's say, Dragonshire. Yeah, Zadoon with an interesting storm bolt there. It wasn't actually a bad one. He kind of anticipated where Zeratul would blink to, was trying to hit that mark, but missed him by just a bit. But coming back to Potibos and his Rexa play, the one thing that we're actually seeing a lot from him is Animal Husbandry on level 4, and that's something that I'm currently watching out for. Stalk gets out here, back on his best hero. And just in general, the setup that we're actually seeing for Team Russia is honestly pretty crazy, because we have a lot of their comfort heroes here. Stalk loves to play with Anubarak, and especially when he does, then the Malfurion plays from Kolya Martian are usually very, very strong. We have a Jaina behind that for the burst damage here too. And both of the teams are now focusing on the first healing beacon of the game here, which can definitely set the pace of the game, whoever claims it. If you get a kill on top of that, we're in a decent spot. And it is at 5 versus 5. Oh, sorry, it's a 6 versus 5. Sorry, Misha, I apologize. But yeah, there's the tether, there's the kill. Zeratul is down, Misha drops 2, but this is still a great position to be in for the blue team, and they're getting more kills than only that. Actually, it's Murden that falls. Anubarak dives out though. Leo, oh, he falls as well. Having even the items committed to that little fight here, but as it turns out, Linked still held on to his own turret. So this is now a really, really bad spot for Team Russia. Not only was it a bad trade in terms of kills, they traded 2 for 1, or 1 for 2. They also lost their turret, and they lost the healing beacon itself. Which means that right now we have an advantage in experience. We have at the same time also an advantage through the items on the side of Nothing Left, as they're running a healing beacon and a turret. So it's a fantastic setup to go into the first objective of the game. And they're going to try and obviously take that protector and snowball it even further from there on out. With level 4 talents in their hands, I mean, the difference between the two is not too much in experience, but you still have to account for that level 7 maybe dropping a little bit faster for Nothing Left, depending on how they soak the bot lane right now. But Potibos is there, rest of the team is already looking towards the middle. We have Animal Husbandry, by the way, so no Hunter-Gatherer taken for Rexa. Rexa needs to make sure that he doesn't die here. Can sacrifice Misha a couple of times, but he himself needs to be safe. As the pressure play at the top, Blikidney is trying to get the wave through, already took the opponent's camp out, which means this one is going to pressure hard and will eventually force a reaction from Team Russia. The Team Russia is still trying to fight for the point here, but so far none of the two teams were able to get anything on the progress. Here comes the attack now, though, with a nice setup, but Stock not hit by Tyranda's stun. Khaldor Marshall, on the other hand, is already low, needs to return here. And we have also Leoric starting to drop very low, with Zeratul topside attempting to clear the camp, which gives, for the time being, nothing left a slight advantage. Of course, at the same time, we're seeing those turret camps coming back up. Both of them are actually already back on the map, so this is another focus point for the two teams here. As the fight is about to start up again, level 7 ready for both of them. Celestial attunement on the side of Tyrande against the stuns that we're seeing from Stalk in particular, but there goes Jaina, and that's a problem. The damage is gone, and Toxic trying to keep himself alive with the drain. He might be able to do that for the time being, but they are not really a good spot now. With the main damage gone, they have to retreat again. There's of course immense potential later on for Team Russia to get big combos with that Void Prison and the Ring of Frost. But right now it looks like they are going to lose that first protector, and things are going to start to look a bit grim for them. We're having again the attack. Should try and go through the wall in the middle and then focus onto the top lane. But as it happens, they are not even wasting any time mid lane. They're going straight to the top. Goal, as usual, drop the wall, drop the fountain, and see if you can get a little bit more. But the main goal, always the fountain. Set yourself up for objective number 2. Make sure you have the advantage as you're heading into the second objective, so that you have an easier time winning that second protector. So the wall is already open. They're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to get this whenever they start to focus on it, but they want to get a little bit more, obviously. So the wall broken through. And now the fountain is getting eliminated. If you can take the fort itself, that's of course the dream. Not only does your passive experience increase, but at the same time, you're also eliminating that retreat point for your opponent here. Fountain is actually still up. They didn't take it yet, that's why they're moving back right now, waiting for the next minion wave. They're still buying a little bit of time for Misha at the bottom of the map to do work. They're also having experience pushed out in the middle as DAB is clearing another wave. But here at the top, they actually have foregone the Punisher. Now again, their fountain is still up. That might turn out to be a mistake in the long run, but I would still assume that Liming eventually is going to make their way over and try to poke against us a little bit. Items are taken again, as we can see here. And yep, there comes the immediate level 10 push onto the healing beacon. So they have that taken for now, and that works quite nicely. But then again, they can still, with level 10, not really force a fight just yet. And here come now, first of all, Cocoon. Ring of Frost should come in, and it does, together with the Void Prison from Zeratul. So they are actually looking pretty good with this setup, if they can get those kills. This is really where Team Russia gets the most, the most dangerous. We don't really have a talent yet for Liming on 10, but normally you would still expect Disintegrate to be taken, just simply because you want to burn down that Cocoon so quickly whenever it's dropped. And yes, there it is. Straight going into that particular one. Still top pressure. Fountain is still there. Definitely an oversight from Nothing Left. But as I said before, I expect them to go in and try and drop that now, because the reaction is a little bit slow on the other side. And there's DAB already working in the damage towards those. Minions are coming in too. Zadoon anchoring the play at the side in the bush, slowing the rotations down. Fountain is eliminated. So the next objective is already set up, and they're starting to make the play now for level 13. Especially, of course, the next objective is going to be absolutely crucial here. Potibos hasn't died yet. That's good for him too. Animal Husbandry, of course, is going to try and get quite a bit of value here. More items are being taken now towards the left side. With the healing beacon already in their hands, they're already running an advantage. And with that said, I mean, you just look over at the talents, and of course with the cage on good old Maiev, you still have a lot of engage potential here, also on the side of Nothing Left. It's not only Zeratul that can really start murdering people here. Stalk is starting to make his way in again, looking for a stun, but there's nobody even close. He can always force the fight with a Cocoon if he feels that the rest of the team can get close enough. But the same problem as you would expect for the team that lost the first protector also persists here. You are behind in experience. You are behind and you need to get level 13. Oh, Stalk! Barely getting out there. Farlander still slicing and dicing a little bit. Dodges actually a lot of the damage. Sets it up for Jaina. Here comes the ring, baby. And it doesn't do anything. Didn't work out for them here. Cocoon came out against Maiev, no kill, but there's the level 13. The fight forced before that talent hits, but now it's still active as we're having the advantage. 4-0 left, and they're trying to use it here. The Boar's already unleashed as they're attempting to make the play for Leoric. He's still able to ghost out here, but the situation, of course, still being the same. Level 13 on the board, no level 13 for Team Russia. They already rotate Leoric straight into the middle to get the experience. They need it. They need their talent before they can go in for the fight. And there's no fountain in the top lane, so they move into the middle. Can tap now, can pre-tap before they move back up again. But with items available down at the bottom of the map, they're at least attempting to get that turret. And there's of course a few other reasons why you might try and delay this slightly. Some of those heroic abilities will be up again, but that also creates space. It creates space for nothing left to push the top lane. And they use that space. They have the vision with Ling just dropping owl after owl after owl. They know exactly where their opponent is, and they know that they can, without any trouble whatsoever, go for that fort. So that retreat point is already gone. Link actually not expecting that Stormbolt. A bit late on the stun follow-up. Yeah, but the Dune is there. Even talents right now. Still a slight item advantage on the side of nothing left. The two solo laners in the middle, looking for the experience, but Toxic rides into battle on his golden cock here, trying to turn this into a 5 versus 4. Doesn't get that, and Zadoon again missing the Stormbolt here. 9 Stormbolts only connected from him so far. Sitting at that for now. 13, of course, giving him healing static. Great talent for him to have, and they're starting to make the play for Anubarak, and Anubarak gets wrecked. Stalk gets out barely, but look at that tether. Maiev goes in and murders them in the backline. Void Prison and Ring of Frost not timed here because there was so much pressure on Jaina. She didn't have any time whatsoever. With the main damage gone, all of a sudden Zeratul is trying to get out, but the Calamity Killer's DAB goes in. Drops the second target, and they are trying to get a third here. An entire level ahead. 4-kill lead at this point for nothing left as they are getting the second protector of the game. They grab, in addition to that, also another quick item. Another healing beacon. And another push. And normally you would now see the rotation down to the bottom of the map. Maybe break the middle here, but it's again the same MO, the same modus operandi. You want to go down to the bottom and you want to break the wall. You want to get the fort and, more importantly, the fountain. The next objective will spawn down here, so prepare the bot lane for the next objective. It's really the name of the game on Volskaya Foundry. You get an advantage, prepare the map for the next objective. That's what you're trying to do. Control the map, control the items, and prepare the map. And that's what they're doing right now. We take the fountain down, and afterwards, still even thinking about rotating into the middle here. So now we're having them starting to move in again. Level 16 is already in the hands of nothing left. Obviously, they're running a big experience lead right now. They have that advantage. And we are seeing them moving into the middle to try and get the next fort. The increase in passive experience is very, very solid if you're able to make that play. And that's what they're doing. All 3 forts are going to fall here, and, well, we can have a look at it. Passive experience, of course, now slowly increasing as we're having all 3 forts gone, but you can already see the discrepancy. 1,000 additional experience simply through them taking those forts. And that's going to increase over time right now. Their difference in hero kills are making, of course, a huge difference as well. And we're still seeing Team Russia fighting to get that level 16, and they can't do anything here. Nothing left, just moves in and steals their lunch money. They go in, they steal their items away, and Team Russia is sitting like a toddler in the corner looking at it and saying like, Mom, I can't do anything, help me. There's no help coming anytime soon though. This level 13 talent might change it, but as we've seen in the past, Team Russia is getting very, very good at fighting against a talent disadvantage when they have to. And every time you think you are ahead, you might run into a problem as you're getting slaughtered in the next team fight. This is actually a problem that Nothing Left had in the first map. They had it a few times in the series already. It's one of the reasons why they're all of a sudden starting to play this a little bit safer, and for very good reason. Because, let's face it, if you underestimate the Russians, they are going to come in and they are going to body you. So, well, with that said, look at the damage output here. Good old Misha, together with Rexa, is actually sitting at 29,000 more than DAB. Someone's cheating here. What the hell is he doing? It's like, I'm not quite sure how exactly Rexa is currently murdering people that hard, but boy, is he dropping the damage here. Podibos, look at you. Quite murderous guy here. Hasn't died yet either. It means, of course, that Animal Husbandry is giving him the full value at this point. And yeah, at the same time, Maiev, very safe play here. Blakidney up to the point where they have vision of the heroes down at the bottom of the map, didn't even get off his cloud. Level 16 talents are now in play on both sides, which gives us Void Slash, and I mean, that's a great talent. Epicenter too, talking Epicenter. There it is, already in use. The Kidney goes in. Look at this, 3 turrets and the healing beacon. It's not the start of a lame bar joke, it's just the reality for Nothing Left, as they are having a massive item advantage. And honestly, at this point, it really seems to me like the only thing that can bring Team Russia back into the game is pretty much a good combo setup with a Void Prison and the follow-up here. And that is realistic. That is honestly realistic. If they get a good Void Prison, they can get that kill. Because we have Epicenter as a follow-up, we have the Ring of Frost as the Void Slash to consider. This is like the dream in terms of the fight. This is the fight that you can take. Make the play, but they're a little bit too late on it. There's the Void Prison though, there comes the cage immediately. Ring of Frost, where is Jaina? Well, she's dead, and that ring didn't do as much as they were hoping for. Good aggression against Jaina whenever the Void Prison comes down. We saw that 2 times now already. Put her under pressure, make sure the follow-up isn't there. Blakidney on his Maiev plays fantastic around that. And now that they have 2 kills secured, they're trying to go for 20. And even with the objective popping up in a few, they're actually rotating topside instead. Not moving down to the bottom immediately, but instead attempting to get the first keep of the game. Great play here so far on the side of Nothing Left. They're starting to move in here, looking of course to see if they can maybe even get another kill. Minions are about to move in to soak those shots from the keep itself, but it's a 3 hero defense against 5. Misha also in play, and they're starting to move back for this. But open up the top lane is already important and would allow them to maybe even rotate top. There's a level 20 now, and with that we're having, amongst other things, the Shadow Orb Hunters again. Also rewind for Muradin. By the way, still 15 minutes in, only 16 stacks for Muradin. It was a bit of a difficult game for him. Mass items, of course, now on the side of Nothing Left, as they are turning into the objective at the bot lane. And this is now the predicament that Team Russia finds themselves in. You're down a Storm Talent. You have no retreat point. There's no fountain on the bot lane anymore for you with a fort. And obviously your opponent has a massive lead in items. So how do you play this now? And there is, of course, the one variation where you just YOLO it and you're hoping for a miracle. An incredible one at that, just to get that quick kill. Or you just try and defend. But normally when you're trying to defend, you want to at least have hopes to get level 20 in time for the defense, so that you have at least an even fight on your hands outside of the objective itself. But they have no chance of reaching that. They're too far behind. So they're just going for the YOLO play. They're just going for the YOLO play at this point. And they're starting to move in to try and see if they can maybe get the kill, because this might be their only chance left for them. Zadoon with a Stormbolt here. Once again, here comes Maiev. Blakidney looking for the play against Jaina again. The ice block is out quickly this time. And here comes the ring, baby. But 3 stacked up, and this is not good for Russia. In comes the kill, the resets for DAB as he moves in to secure kill number 2. The Jaina and Zeratul combo absolutely murdered by Nothing Left. Fantastic plays here by them. Great coordination. Just playing really well around that combo setup that Team Russia is so reliant upon. Once again, moving through with the Protector, and this is going to be the play for game. 9 kills against 1. They're looking fantastic here. They're starting to move in now to secure the lead in the best of 5 series. They are 1-1 now with their opponent, but they want to take the lead here. It is a best of 5, so Team Russia still has a chance to come back into this, but it doesn't feel as if it's going to happen on Volskaya Foundry. Leo down, the keep destroyed, and with 3 heroes down and the Protector still at 84%, this should pretty much be all she wrote. I can already hear the fat lady singing as the core is dropping in hit points. Stork is trying to delay the inevitable. Collier Martian is helping out as much as he can, but that Protector alone is absolutely crushing it right now. Jaina is dead again, more dead than alive here, as they're going for the kills, they're going for the core. Void Prison delays it. They might actually hold for a little bit longer. Or they might not. GG and game over as Nothing Left takes the lead in the best of 5 here at Division S. Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing left with the victory on Volskaya Foundry. Forces now Towers of Doom as the 4th map, which could also be the last map here. On the left side in blue, Polyboss on Dehaka. We have Blake Kidney on Zeratul. We're seeing DAB on Liming, linked on Malfurion, and Zadoon on Nubarak. So they actually get Liming again and they steal Nubarak away. On the right side, Team Russia with Stalk Imperial, Toxic on Leoric again, Kolya Martian on Ana, Falenda on Maiev, and Banabia on Genji. And again, the quick reminder that we don't have a draft here simply because the game on Volskaya and this one so far have been commentated by replays, whereas the first 2 games of the series and of the video here were both commentated live, but unfortunately I couldn't commentate the entire series live as it happened. Still wanted to make sure that I can upload it to YouTube for you guys and complete that, so here we are. And with that said, we're actually having our little skirmish here in the middle. Could be the last map of the series. Again, it's a best of 5 and nothing left is already in the lead. Felt to me actually like they kind of found their rhythm a little bit on Volskaya. Way more dominant map for them than the previous ones. A little dance between Polyboss and Toxic as we're having Banabia already getting aggressive down at the bottom. DAB gets his Liming again. And DAB is just such a fantastic player with this. I mean, obviously the team empowers him a lot, but it was always a pleasure seeing that guy with Tracer, with Liming, with other heroes in HGC. And it's really a shame that we didn't get HGC 2019, because it would have been fantastic to see how that team in particular would have developed over time. So with that said, we're having still Zeratul also roaming the map. Lekitny had a fantastic game on Maiev on Volskaya. Now with Zeratul, he's going to try and again force some fights and demolish the backline. Zadoon already anchoring the side here as the invade is about to start. Yeah, a little bit late on the camp, and here comes the combo. Genji has to use his deflect already early on. And it seems like, at least for now, nothing left is in a position where they can fend their little attack off, get their own camp out there, and then still play the push. So already trying to make that. The same thing down to the bottom of the map. Oh, a little skirmish here is happening. As we're seeing Maiev attempting to maybe force a fight here and going in against DAB. Tether, nah, too close to the towers. Not making the plays here just yet. But DAB is actually eating a lot of damage with this. He needs to be a bit cautious. Topside Dehaka is of course pushing. And let's talk about Dehaka for a second here. We have another global in play. Banabia, careful, careful, my friend. Look at how they're eyeing for DAB. They really want him here. But the counter-aggression attempt, because, yep, Dehaka with the global is starting to make his way in. He's not the only one. Blakitne is here. What a drag. What a connect. Genji is down. Polyboss slurps down Genji. And Ana, well, gets moonfired by Malfurion. Support against support here. The beauty of having a global in your team that knows what he's doing. Fantastic play there. Perfect rotation down to the bottom from Dehaka. Now starting to move up again. Nets them 2 kills just before the objective spawns. Very, very well done here. And this is exactly the setup, all those setups that you want to have for the Dehaka player. So the big advantage in the late game on the big map, having the global, getting the lead in experience, trying to play the macro game, or at least having it as one possible avenue that you can use against your opponent. The double channel up here at the top, both of them getting the channel through as we're starting to focus on the last remaining altar down at the bottom of the map. Who's going to get 2 out of 3? Looks like Falenda might actually be able to channel this one. Yep, looks very much like it. No interrupts, but the fight could still turn against them. Genji, hello? Dives in, can't lock him down. The fight is still ongoing though, and Linked is in trouble. Yeah, Falenda connects the tether here, but eats the damage from DAB. Another quick cleave coming through. And Falenda himself gets blocked, uses the Wall of the Wardens to get out of harm's way. Leo isn't here, which means this is a 4 versus 5. And here is Maiev down at Dehaka again with the drag connect, and they're making the play for Stalk. But with Druns, he is able to jump out of this one. Still pretty well done here, to be honest. I mean, it's a 2 out of 3 trade for Team Russia as they're getting the additional 4 points off the core of the blue team. But the trade-off is so far, I mean, pretty much worth it. 3 kills against 0, slight advantage in experience. Once that we're having Dehaka rotating in should even be a little bit better. Toxie's waiting for that. But doesn't really make any moves here. And with the cams available at the bottom of the map again, seeing both of them grabbing the mercenaries. Now keep in mind with level 7 obviously we're seeing DAB getting a little bit more value out of the talents here. Calamity is a big game changer for him. Also has dominance on level 4. Zadoon not going into a carapace build. Instead we're actually seeing him with a full focus onto the burrow charge. So going into the subterranean shield and underking. Once that he has 16 in his epicenter, this is going to come in really handy for him. But then again, seeing them with the plays at the bottom, going for the aggression as the double altars are about to activate topside. And that normally is an even trade. I mean, at this point in the game, without level 10 abilities, most teams will simply go into a 1-for-1 trade. But it's a nice pressure that we're seeing at the bottom. Talking pressure, topside, Polyboss is still fighting it out with Toxic. Gets the drag, and guess who shows up? It's Blake Kidney, and that's the kill. Down he goes, and that is a camp taken as both of the teams are starting to rotate in. Yeah, I would be surprised if that works out. But Barnaby is trying, gets interrupted though, as they're starting to make their way in. Nobody on the right side with the channel over here. Linked is already working on it. And Kolya Martian is starting the channel over to the right. No one going for an interrupt. They're just saying, okay, this is fine. Not getting too aggressive here. It is the trade that we expected. We have seen a couple of teams being aggressive around it and really trying to invade, but you oftentimes run into trouble because the left side, if you invade from the right side towards the left, your opponent has a fountain very close that they can use to just simply tap during the fight. So you need to have an early kill if you really want to make that play. Talking kills, Barnaby goes down. That's the end of Genji again. The Overwatch hate is real. And at the same time, the top side is also not really looking too pretty for the red team. Team Russia is actually suffering a little bit. The level 10 ability, obviously, a big deal here too. Farlander jumps out, maybe even expected the cocoon to come out. Wasn't the case here. We're still having, in this case now, Void Prison, but you can see that DAB changed his heroic. Doesn't need to have this integrate this time. There is no Anubarak on the other side. They are running Anubarak, so he can run with a wave of force, which is the standard talent to take if you're not going up against the Anubarak, if you don't need to burn on the cocoon. And Farlander down here jumps out and actually escapes, but barely. DAB nearly got him pushed back in with a wave of force. It was a close call there. Wasn't quite in range yet. Level 10 abilities are now available on both sides, and that gives us disc for Maiev, Command disc for her, and also, of course, the Sanctification together with the Entomb. So there's a couple of really cool tools for aggression. And talking aggression, Barnaby is continuing the trend of jumping in deep and trying to force some action. We're having a double altar ready again. Here comes the Haka. Zeratul is already there. They go for Ana, and she's down. Ana down, Void Prison in the back, eliminating one. It's a 5 versus 3 for a couple of seconds, and that doesn't bode well. Great Sanctification, a good Entomb, but still, can they get the kill? No, Maiev is down. Toxic is about to fall. The camp has already been taken. Polyboss gets the isolation in and gets the drag as well. They make the play for Tyrael and they drop him. Barnaby is the only one who barely survives and gets behind the gate here. But that means that we're now having both altars channeled from nothing left. And that's 8 points off the core. And that puts us obviously to 28 to 24 core points. Bottom lane pressure here. Of course, the experienced lead is now in the hands of nothing left too. And with all the momentum that they have, they're breaking through the bottom wall, attempting to get some momentum on the map itself and getting the upper hand here by maybe even eventually dropping that bell tower and claiming an advantage to that. Level 13 talents in their hands. The invade attempt maybe down here, as the Dune is already spotting it out. Alright. Nubrug will have to be a little bit careful, but the rest of the team is already starting to close in. He jumps out. DAV is in there too. Wave of force quickly used. As they're starting to make the play, everybody's starting to converge on this. They want to fight. They do. They have 13. Why wouldn't they want to fight? Talent advantage for them. Of course you want to go in and drop them now. 9 kills against 0 already. Nothing left. It's just showcasing once more how strong they are here. Granite Gaming, nothing left. Washed up. Fantastic teams in Division S here. And let's not forget that especially Team Russia is super aggressive and extremely powerful too. But still, There's other strong teams out there. Void Prison comes down. So is the Entomb. They're starting to make the play again. The kill attempt against Maiev. Foiled for now. Cocoon on the ground. But we're having the play for the Mercenaries. And it looks like Team Russia has to move away. A great sanctification. And it forces the Dune off. Nicely done by Stark. His Tyrael play on point. Holds it back long enough. Gets the value. Camp hasn't even been taken yet, by the way. But the Dune is low on mana. And someone will have to channel that thing eventually. Now, of course, Linked is making the way back. There's another couple of seconds left. This thing is up for grabs. No one has actually taken it, but they have to fight over the altar at the bottom of the map first. And that's what they're currently trying to do here. Toxic, can he get zoned out? Blakitne is there and lets it go through. They decide to not make the play. Didn't have the time here. Despite the fact that they are talent down. Team Russia just defended the mercenary camp and won the altar. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. Yes, they might not have gotten the kill, but these guys, you can never count them out. You think you're in an advantageous situation, you think your talent lead is going to give you an easy win in the team fight, think again. The Russians are always dangerous. They might not win the series here, they might not win Towers of Doom, I don't know. But they are definitely a team that you can never count out. That's the first and the last time that you're going to make that mistake. And, well, again, as I said in the last map, Nothing Left kind of made that mistake a little bit on the first maps. And they started to adjust for it. They're like, guys, don't count them out. If you, they are going to fight. If they see a chance, they are going to fight. Well, with that said, we're having at the same time now up to the top lane already. Dehaka using the global, as we said before. That's a big advantage that they will have in the later stages of the game in particular. 15 against 13 now. Now keep in mind that that level 16 is of course very, very close here. But if you look at it, the next altar phase is going to be a triple. And that could be happening just around 16. Yeah, attempted plays here for Genji. Didn't quite work out. But, well, comes the drag again. X-Strike. They're trying to make the play for Farlander and vice versa. Li Ming isn't here. That's a big problem. Burrow is ready. Portiboss with a trade. Containment disc is out. DAB comes in. And he's maybe a bit too late. Great sanctification again. Dehaka is dead. DAB comes in too late to change the outcome of the fight. And once again, the Russians with the fight back into the game. Just as we see the triple altar activated. And this time they invade. This time they go deep. This time they go aggressive. This time they make the aggressive play. Is it going to work out for them though? That's the question. Blakitne coming in from the side, giving up the bottom altar. Instead they're hoping for the team fight up here at the top, and they're about to get it. Void Prison comes down. It's a fantastic one, but can they get the kill? That's the question. Where's the follow-up? And it's not there. They don't get the kill. They don't get Stalk. DAB gets some damage in, but they're moving away. And the second channel is already underway as we're having Banabia trying to get the altar. They get 2 out of 3, but in comes Dehaka. Again, using the global, hitting the isolation, and Leoric goes down. They get 1, they nearly get 2, but it's only 1 kill. But with level 16, they can go for boss. They get 16, they get the elongated tongue. They have also now, I mean, again, as I said before, with that build, Epicenter is already an amazing talent on level 60, no matter what you go for. But if you go into your Burrow Charge on 4 and 7, then holy hell are you gonna do some work with that talent. The aggression and the potential for you to engage into fight is absolutely real now. 16 on the core for both of the teams at this point. So yeah, let's see how that's going to work out right now. As the Dune is there, Blakitne as well. They go again for the Mercenaries, trying to make the play here. Set up attempt from DAB, doesn't quite work out for him. They're starting to make their play. But again, you don't steal from the Russians. If all those Mafia movies have taught us one thing, it's that you don't steal from the Russians. Unless your name is Wick, John Wick. Then you can pretty much do whatever you want. But outside of that scenario, you don't steal from the Russians. So they defend their camp again. Actually, as I say, the camp was actually stolen. Really? Am I blind? Alright, so I double screwed that up, but I could have sworn, like, what? Wait, what's the timer on this? 1 minute and 40 something? Yeah, they actually stole it. Alright, I'll take it back, and I'm pretending I said the opposite. Doesn't really matter. As it is, bottom lane is getting focused down, and they're trying to get the momentum here. 16 still not on the board, and that's of course the advantage that you can run with this. starting to make their play into 10 kills against 1. Far ahead, 16 talent now on the other side too, finally. But there, everybody is fighting over the spot again. This time, Stork might be in a bit of trouble. Still has a Sanctification. Jumps in deep. Leo comes in from the side now too. And, well, there's the engage with the Cocoon and the Entomb at the same time. Void Prison, the Sanctification. Tyrell actually trapped, could drop it, holds it back, waits a little bit longer. Barnaby has low X-Try coming in. They're trying to ghost around here, and we have the leftovers in full retreat. The Dune is about to fall. Ling tries to keep him alive here. Again, Maiev jumping in. There's the Containment Disc, but he's still fine. Containment Disc is in. Can they drop the Beetle? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. On the other hand, Farlander, he's not so lucky. He goes down, and that Sanctification just didn't do enough. Moving in again. Already Blake Kidney. Oh, there's the potential kill against Toxic. And they get that in. The resets here for DAB is trying to make it a second, a third kill. But doesn't get that in either. Despite the fact that the entire time Team Russia has been starting to fall, we're all of a sudden seeing the lead for Team Russia in points on the core. But they have lost their bot lane. And they're taking massive damage now all of a sudden here in the middle. And they could actually lose that bell tower too. There's no defense outside of Zeratul down here, and Blakitne is already low. But yeah, with the second bell tower now being attacked, this is starting to become dicey for Russia. They are really losing momentum in this game. They're losing a lot of that. So at this point, it's becoming a little bit dangerous. 12 kills against 1. I mean, think about this for a second. You have 12 kills against 1 and you're behind in the game. They have a lead in experience that is actually crazy, but they are behind in the objective. Don't see that any day, but still, with level 20s now so close to nothing left, that seems like a massive advantage for them for sure. Alright, it's again a pretty even setup here. A little bit of damage in the middle, but we have 4 points against 4 points. Or 4 altars against 4 altars. It's a single altar phase actually. Just a single altar on the map, but let's take a quick look at the top here. 1.5 minutes until we have the boss back on the board. And now to the bottom of the map. Invade is there again. Genji tries to stop it, can't quite. Regeneration Master is now complete. I could try and force that fight, but Dehaka, of course, is still making the plays here. If you have that global, you need to utilize it, and they've been doing this the entire time. Boss has been doing well here. Can always global back down, is going to do that soon. Tries to get some experience for them. They want 20. They want 20 for this. They're interrupting. They're buying time. It's all about getting 20 at this point, and they are so close, but they don't have it yet. They're going in for the interrupt. Void Prison. Containment Disc comes out though. And they're making the play. And here's the 20. Sanctification's on the ground. The 20s are in. Storm Talons are ready. And they're going straight for Farlander again. And Farlander is low. Walk of the Wardens. Tries to get away. Ana dies first. But it looks like, yes, there's the kill against Maiev. She goes down too. The resets for Li Ming. And DAB is just firing away the entire time. One reset after another. And Li Ming is going Monka S here. There's a kill against Leoric now too, as we are having 4 kills on the board and a massive momentum swing again for nothing left as they are dropping the bot lane, taking the bell tower once again in the middle, obviously already getting pinged here, and why wouldn't they? They know they can take this easy peasy right now. 67,000 damage on Maiev and on Li Ming. Very, very even here in the damage output, but the game is absolutely shifting right now. With that lead and experience, they finally got the Storm Talents and they're able to translate into a massive lead. The channel of Blakitne down at the bottom, that's 6 shots fired right there, and they are going to try and make the play for the final bell tower at the top and try and start the barrage, and it is looking grim. It's looking grim for Team Russia here. How do you fight back here? Which bell tower are you going to get? Void Prison up in 20 seconds, and the barrage has started. Shots are getting fired quite literally right now. One already on the way. Zeratul at the bottom trying to delay this for as long as he can. Tries to delay them. Second shot comes in. Boss is being attacked now too. Things are getting really nasty. Zeratul finally falls, and they're about to get this one at least. Another shot fired. And we're going to have them down to 2 points on the core as the 4 are getting fired here from the boss. And that is 13 points against 2. 2 bell towers under the control of nothing left. And Team Russia is trying to fight back here. We've seen crazy comebacks, but this would be a big one. If they can make this work, this would be a big one. Dehaka already getting the camp here topside. Still mercenaries taken at the bottom of the map. They need to wait for Zeratul, they know it too. But here's the 20 on the other side. Storm Talons ready for Team Russia now as well. They have the Buried Alive, and that's a big game changer. Buried Alive is such a game changer, of course. Tyrael with the defense of the Angels. Another big one for him. Can use that during the team fight, maybe after the setup with Void Prison. Now we have another camp taken bot side. It's getting there. Like, we are seeing with the altars at the top, 2 altars spawning, and this is really the moment when you have to make the play. Zeratul isn't back yet. You can't fight here. Oh, yeah, he needs to go back, and he knows it too. Can't get entombed. Not right now. If he dies before Zeratul is back in the 5-man, they are dead in the waters. But this is it. This is for all the marbles. This is where Team Russia has to win them both. They can't give a single one up at this point. Not one. And they're going for it. 5 bell towers against 3. Not that it matters. 1 bell tower and you have it. Right is already getting channeled. This is the focus point. This is the focus point right here. 10 points against 2. 10 points against 2 right now. And they're channeling it. Where's the Buried Alive? Hasn't been used yet. Still waiting for the Sanctification. Stalk trying to zone them. Zeratul in the back with a cleave. Kolya Marshall and Ana is so low. Containment disc comes out. Buried Alive against Zeratul. And they are not getting the kill. Blink Kidney is still alive. They might still get it. And yes, he goes down. Here he goes down. Can they get the counter kill? No. Ming is dead. What? Russia is doing it. Team Russia is actually about to do it. They get the 3rd kill as Nuborak falls, and that's the channel right there. It's only going to be 3 points off the core, but they stay alive for a little bit longer, and they want another kill. Can they get it, though? Stalk jumps out. Genji tries to get away. Ooh, 7 points against 2. This is going down to the wire, boys. This is going down to the wire right now. Oh, the Russians once again with a comeback. Look at that IF damage. 89,000. 89,000 on Maiev. In those close quarter fights, we are seeing Farlander just absolutely murdering people. Ooh. Yeah, he's getting that damage. He is getting it. I mean, it's nasty business here. I can't believe we're in this spot. I cannot believe it. 2 level difference around level 20, and they just didn't care. They just went in and said, yeah, we're going to win that team fight anyways. 16 against 5. An 11 kill difference. And we're so close to seeing a massive comeback here. 4 bell towers against 4 bell towers right now. 4 against 4. They're starting to go in again. They want to fight. Zeratul isn't quite in position for this one yet. Stalk again with a zoning. The Haka needs to hit a good one here. Oh, Toxic missing the Bury Alive this time. Zeratul was quicker. Zeratul blinked out and dodged it. And the altars are spawning in 25. Big cooldown that just burned. Gonna have it back soon, but it was an important one. Still zone. Here's the Void Prison. Here's the setup. Contagion can be used now. Already. Here comes the setup. Oh, the kill against Ana. DB with a double kill. And now that Maiev is gone, things are looking tough. Barnab, no way, no way, no way. Tyrael is dead. They're going for Barnabia. They're going for Leoric. Barely the escape of Genji, but Leo is going to fall here. And already the channel has started. They pull it off in the end. Leftovers. I'm sorry, nothing left. They are able to take the victory. Even Genji gets dropped, and this is game as we have a 3-1 victory for nothing left over Team Russia here at Division S.